Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divinity, Original Sin. When we last played, we arrived in Sicil. We learned that Jake had been murdered, and Esmeralda, his wife, is the primary suspect. We also met some cultists, and we fended off an orc horde at the beach. We made 2 companions, Jahan and Badorter. Jahan is a wizard, mage, and Borter is going to be a archer.
How can I help you, my friend?
I know we spoke with Aru last time, but let's just make sure that there's nothing new.
By all means. Of course. I hope your investigation fares well.
I would like to know what happened the night of the murder.
I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt. I myself have none, even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife Esmeralda. Now it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. all the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
All right, well, I think at this point in time, let's go and investigate the scene of this murder.
Well, hello there! Bake me like a cake!
Of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such... No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot, so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them. They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better, to become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this.
Welcome in, Kim. What do we think, folks? Number 1 or number 2?
to do my duty, which is hardly the same as adventuring.
All right, friends. We have one more decision to make. And again, same question. Number 1 or number 2?
So you mean to say we do not live a life of adventure? We don't do anything else all
Clearly, two strong personalities stand before me. Two who voice their opinions with vigor when they differ. What else could I expect from mighty sword? Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
What do we think? Can't say that I haven't, or riches do not interest me much, actually. Number 1 or number 2?
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Well, I can't say that I haven't. And yes, some extra gold is always welcome. Or number 2, and I can't say that I have. I'm content with what I have.
Yes, some extra gold is always welcome.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous 5, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
Why, it's better to lead than to follow. That much is true. Or there is no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust. Number 1 or number 2?
It's better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
I disagree. I, for one, am content with my station.
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed. That you have the minds of independence, not dependence. Admit, life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. Ah, the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers guild in Riverlong. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started? Of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
Join a guild. Better the world. Earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in.
And me. May all the riches in the world be ours.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. To business. Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing. Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not fabulous five material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed. Malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus, a frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the fabulous five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
Okay, so those dialogue choices adjusted our traits a little bit. We now have a little bit on bold for Nicefin. And we are too bold on Valros now. So we actually have a little bit of a bonus for his initiative.
I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Fen, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder.
Back, demon! Back or up! Well, what's this? Oh, Madora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. So bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Mortruce my regards next time you see him. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. The ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. The likes of which I doubt you. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases. And I need not gonna fear ever crossing paths with the Sauce Hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sizil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do.
You're swirling in saffrons, I dare say.
Medora's the name. Retired. Or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side. Well, Connery, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Cecile for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Council. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator. But it seems you've got all the help you need, haven't you? More's the pity. We could have beheaded 100 Source Yetis in the name of the Order.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard? You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost. Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit are linked to the goddess herself by following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye. Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed. There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way. She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
He says he's an immaculate.
Oh, my good man.
But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the sorcerer.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
They say he was married to ancient kings.
Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions. If she came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counselor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed in a washing fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake, on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus explicit. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the Captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Oh my. Well, that was unexpected. Where are we now?
Terrible, terrible! Hey, stop that! Cheerio! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious. Oh, yes. Proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is and, hopefully, all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow. At last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
You know, I think that imp may be quite mad.
Then we had better.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't it? What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic, astounding. Onward we shall It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my wait, you, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well. After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side. You first, but don't dilly-dally. Yes, just as I hoped. There she is. There he is.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what it hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all...
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to see.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here. And it infused you with new life as well. Is that so? Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivalon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. He's our most mysterious guest. Are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost? Come, come! I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
Not a moment ago we were hunting Source in Riverlon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
It be Source Hunter. Do tell. So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
Come, come! I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
We went from hunting a simple martyr to now the end of time itself. This quest has truly gone further than expected.
So, what do you think? The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivalon. Not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivalon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivalon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
Okay, and so he has some eyes in Rivalon. Hopefully will give us more information about what's going on. Just see if there's any crates or anything here.
I'll embroider it in the first volume of your all-encompassing chronicles.
We have inactive portals, so it looks like as we progress we will unlock new portals and new opportunities to travel to places. Lots of inactive portals right now. So let's just fully explore where we're at. The first garden. Okay. This looks like the only portal still active. Well, that didn't take us anywhere but here. I just need to do this.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be interconnected. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, I snuck into his house and had a look around. The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word, safety. But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, savored all too seldomly. Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation. It is void. It is death. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, or that I understand all that is happening here and out there among the stars, but I do know I'd rather err on the side of caution. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I lays beside the hearths of home.
Rotten sea garbage.
I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert, then shared what little food and water he had with him. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories about his travels. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, That includes helping the two of you. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
Interesting that he was working for Zigzags this entire time. Did he know we were going to be the agents or activators of this starstone when he set us on this path? I wonder.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're back up.
How intolerable it is to think that all the knowledge of the world is being gathered by an imp. A creature that is no more than the result of a demon's bowel movement imbued with the breath of life. And yet I am a tad jealous of that jabbering little jester. To know all. It is a consummation devoutly to be wished.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
You are not of the same minds, and therefore one another's weakness. We must be steadfast. We must be firm in our desires for knowledge and power if we are to overcome the foes that would suck the very souls from our fragile. Let us learn, Hunter, whether you like it or not, and through wisdom grow ever more mighty. Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
Gloom, cast your gaze instead upon my fair fanged filly.
Oh, what have we here? 2 guards and an orc woman?
Who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell of a friend here that orcs are predators, not pets?
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely
Welcome in,
useless.
Alexandria.
But my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her.
So glad to have you here.
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her. A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds?
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal. I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
Oh my, what a predicament. This is interesting. What do we think about
You
this?
see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
This is going to be an interesting choice, isn't it, friends? What do we think here? Do we think she's got to be put down if this potion is as dodgy as it sounds? And it sounds pretty dodgy to me. She could come to her vicious senses at any time. Or do we let her live? Why, if that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may well prove to be a source of valuable information. But there's also the moral implication, right? She's under a potion of a spell, which means she's not really here by her free will. This is a hard choice. So we're going to let her live?
Let her live. If that potion
You would
were
trust
truly
a quack
worthless,
magazine
wouldn't
from
have been able to
Youthful
charm her in the
Gore?
first place. In
Why,
this
she's
docile
clearly liable to
state,
snap at
she
any
may prove
minute.
to be a source of valuable information.
Or does Valrose think that she is right, and the information she provides could well turn the tides here in Cyseal? One or two?
This place reeks of orc stench.
You're right. The information she provides could well turn the tides here in Cyseal.
Bravo! I trust not only the potion, but my scaly sweetheart in and of herself.
You're going to regret this. We're all going to regret this. Avert your gaze and I'll handle this threat for all our shakes.
All right, let's let love prevail.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing...
And how have you been this day, Alexandria? I hope you've been well.
I can't even smell the sea air.
Get him off, Trish! This batch is only hours from the sea.
Oh, Captain Jack. Let's see what he has to say. What have you been building today?
Captain Jack's the name, though the title may be a little generous at the moment. My crew ran off, and I can't find enough hardy souls to help me reload the ship and sail off. Those scallywags heard there be silver in the Lacula mines, and they abandoned ship like the lily-livered turkeys they are. Haven't seen them since the day we docked.
Well, that's fine. We do know of a trio of sailors who are looking for work.
Some poor chaps lost their ship and want some work. Just send them to me, and tell them there's a bit of coin and a lot of rum coming their way if they don't mind a bit of honest labor.
Oh, that castle sounds wonderful.
Quite down the market, it seems.
Watch the undead quiver in their moldy boots.
So let's go tell those sailors that we found them some work. Once we get the sailors employed again, we will return to the scene of Jake's murder and finish investigating that scene. I believe they were down here. Getting it on sale is always a nice benefit or bonus.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything. Really.
Actually, we have found you some work.
So there's a captain
A
offering
captain
booze and
offering
brass
booze
for a
and
bit of
brass.
crate loading. Gods be praised. You've done it, friend. Off we go.
Must be true we waste precious time providing seamen with new situations. Each sifting grain of sand in the hourglass is another warning. Act now or open the doors to death.
Well, it seems Jahan didn't like us taking the time. Let's see if we can't return to the scene of Jake's murder and fully investigate that scene, since we were so rudely interrupted the last time. There they go.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once. Oh, my good man.
Of course, we could also drop Jihad and pick up Medora, though I don't know that we need another hand-to-hand combatant right now. Okay. Welcome in, Senor Briccacino. Let's just move things around here.
Not even worth the rummaging.
Things were definitely blasted. And they were definitely in here for a romantic tryst. Don't really see anything other than the inert stone. And I guess... Oh, that's going to take a bit. Let's get this chest broken open and see what kind of contents we had inside. See if perhaps we can glean something. It is a very interesting game, Alex. We started off by coming here to investigate a murder. And now it seems we are trying to prevent the end of time. I wonder if... I don't think any of our spells will... Oh! Wow, that spell was really effective. Oh, that was nice too. So Blitzbolt was very effective. There we go. One opened chest. We have a letter. All right. Let's see, where did this... Oh, my heavens. Inventory, Phil. Inventory. Here we go. Dear Esme, your lips are red as emeralds. Your hair is black as birch. Your love is like cholesterol. And oh, my heart hurts. That is awful. Oh, a poet he is not.
And so we meet yet another adulterous harpy. No doubt she's guilty as sin.
A wolverine would have a more forgiving
Okay,
fuse.
well, we did, looks like, level up. So let's spend our ability points and level up. I feel like giving her some leadership would be nice. She's already got one from her traits, so giving her another point in that. Will increase the leadership bonus that everyone else receives. Interesting that you can make yourself a zombie. I'm all skilled up is interesting. Gives you 2 extra ability points to spend. I think we'll do that. Increase her single-handed. And we're going to give him elemental affinity. All right. I don't believe we have a conversation.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
Oh. It's easy enough to gain new strength when one is carrying an entire team on one's shoulders. That's a bit much. Or does Valro say, I suppose your example has inspired to reach heights I never before envisioned? This is a good choice. What do we think, friends? Number 1 or number 2?
There's no experience to be won from pestering me with vapid flattery.
Oh, flattery didn't work. Oh, look at that. We are walking in blood and oh, that's a lot of blood. Look at all that blood. Oh, that's awful. Welcome in, bee bandits. So glad you've joined us.
That's enough of that now. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on Hunter's greetings. So, have you changed your mind about... But it seems you've got all the help you need, haven't you?
All right. Let's see, what do we need to do here? We could go to the morgue. Let's go to the morgue. We know that Jake's body was taken there. Let's see if we can find the morgue. Oh, I think that's the morgue right there. Barrels and crates to loot. Don't want to forget that. The mortician workplace. No mortician. Hello, Roberts.
So, what's the bad news?
More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death?
We've come to learn about Jake's murder.
Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace.
Wait, he's already been buried? Wow, they should probably clean up the scene if he's already been buried. But let's talk about Jake's body.
What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off? Why are you giving me the third degree? Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying to run a business here.
Well, all right then.
The dead man is nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding something.
You may be right. I suspect he has much more than mere skeletons hiding in his closets.
Oh, look at that fire. Isn't that lovely, the way that the fire is? But I tell you what, something about this mortician doesn't quite set well with me. Let's look at his ledger. Well,
another perfect heist. You sneak with the subtlety of a tried and true cat burglar.
oh, here we go, friends. We have a decision to make. Another perfect heist. Why, you sneak with the subtlety of a tried and true cat burglar. Are you calling me a thief? A base and petty criminal? More the fool you if you think you're better than me. Or, number two. Oh, I thanks. I rather do, don't I? Ha! A few more heists, and I'll be a fat cat in no time. One or two?
Why, thanks. I rather do, don't I? Ha! A few more heists and I'll be a fat cat in no time.
I wasn't, in fact, complimenting you. I was pointing out that you're behaving like a villain, not the heroes we're perceived to be. Fat cat. Dirty rat, more like. Or, no doubt about it, your easygoing sleight of hand impresses me greatly, and I will certainly continue to be highly advantageous to us both. One or two.
No doubt about it. Your easygoing sleight of hand impresses me greatly.
Indeed. Now, I want to talk to him again, I believe. Where's our log? That still didn't give us anything. Oh, look at this.
The 7 grand abundance.
Robert's ledger. Oh. Furthermore, I find it impossible that any but Mayor Cecil, Captain Aurus, Evelyn, or Esmeralda would have been able to gain access to the body without my noticing. A corpse can't just vanish into thin air. And even if it could, it's not as though a strong wind could blow a sack of gold onto the empty slab. No, one of them must have been involved. But as long as no one goes digging up Jake's coffin, I don't see how the crime could ever be tracked to me.
Looks like the mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
Ho-hum.
I think we need to speak with the mortician one more time.
So, what's the bad news?
Yes,
More orcs
this is on
rampaging through
PC.
the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death?
It was released in 2015 as the enhanced version.
How do you... Ah, the ledger, is it? Fool was I to leave it in the open. Or perhaps I even looked forward to being found out. Well, as you know, I have my suspects in the matter. Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know? And he's the only person in town with a second copy of the key to the mortuary. He could have used it to sidle in without a peep, if he was so inclined. Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Came rapping at my door in the frosty morning before the sun had even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that. I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city could manage to transport a corpse without raising eyebrows. It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary. And there was something about her that night. Some kind of excitement.
Seemed she could barely contain her thoughts, that there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead, for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager. I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband, and I've seen hundreds pass through my parlor. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched, lured me outside claiming she needed air, before discussing the funeral arrangements. Some accomplice could have sneaked in and grabbed the remains while I was comforting the oh-so-overcome Esmeralda. That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair, and I certainly plan on making some use of it.
What do we think, friends? Do we try to charm him and tell him that he needs to hand over this money for his before it stains his reputation and conscience? Or do we try to intimidate and try to get the gold to us? Or it seems he may have used someone's sheep into the body corpse. So, reason? 1, 2, or 3? I believe this will initiate a small mini-game to determine success. So do we rely on charm, intimidate, or reason? All right. Rock, paper, and scissors. You win the game, you win the argument. Let's try rock. Oh, this is going to be a bit. How about paper? Oh, I see. So he's going to gain 3 every time. We're only going to gain 2. Mm-mm. Nope. Hmm. Oh, no, 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 no. One more loss. Hello, Tommy Bricks. Welcome in. Nope.
Do whatever you like. I'll deny it to my last breath.
Well, it was worth a shot. I think it's time to pay Esmeralda a visit. We did at least gain a few new suspects for our list. The Doctor's Apprentice we had never heard of until now, so that's a brand new name.
These damn birds won't take more than
We are playing Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition that was released in 2015. Larian Studios is the publisher. Okay. Let's confront her.
Above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
Well, who are you?
I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same.
Well, I've been told your husband collected something called Starstone. Can you care to elaborate?
Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare.
Well, let's discuss your husband's murder.
Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Well, this letter I found seems kind of incriminating.
Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus.
Who's Septimus?
Well, what do you want to know?
Well, tell me about the undead.
Sometimes I forget they're even out there, to be honest. Remember above all to stay behind the wall, we tell our children. And when you've been heeding your own advice for seasons on end, you almost start to forget what the fuss was about in the first place. Better not to, though. They're still out there, the dead. And from the looks of
Let's
it,
change
they're
the
always
subject. I'm going to take my leave for now.
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
And
We have
that
to look for evidence.
is
We want to
Septimus.
prove she actually did the evil deed.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her, even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent.
Well, at least she admits that there is a guy. It just isn't the Duke. So, I don't think she's off the hook just yet. But could that mean that Septimus, this legionnaire, assisted?
I am Septimus, seventh son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire
Well, what do you
stands,
think about
all of
Esmeralda?
us remain so fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder. But in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
Well, I'm going to take my leave for now. And let's see.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated
If
by the
we
Legion should tragedy befall you on
can get back in here.
I suppose so. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to.
polite, handsome, and single? Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. Might be afraid alone in the dark.
Hey, stop that.
Oh. I didn't see that security guard there.
Move along.
Well, let me see if I can get his attention for a brief moment.
You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no good. I'm just...
Oh. It is +1 charisma. A star pebble. A moonstone. Well, let's just help ourselves. A key to Esmeralda's house. Yes, please. All right. Yes. Keep distracting that guard over there, please.
You haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
But don't you worry, lady. We legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who feel like
Move along.
You were to be ambushed, caught unawares. Oh, catch me, for I might faint.
Ha! Yes. Get your backs turned. Nothing to see here. And now we can look around with impunity. Oh, a key. Tormented soul. New bow. Well, it's stronger than what we're currently using. And an eye? Who keeps an eye in a chest? That's weird. Ooh, what's this? The perfect murder?
Sigurd's beard! What a find!
Ah, lockpicks. She doesn't need all this. We could always sell some of this stuff, maybe. I mean, she's been a rather rude person. I don't think she deserves to have all of these things. Oh, we've got a rat down here. I need my pet talker. Let's see. As we recall, Valros is a pet pal and can speak with rats. Let's see what they can say.
Esmeralda's a funny character. She's always got ham on the brain. I've never been inside her secret room, but I bet it's full of hams too. I'd go in and see if I were tall enough to reach the button. Say!
It looks like she has a secret room.
Esmeralda's a funny character.
Yeah, we've decided that we don't like Esmeralda since we first heard about her. That's right, if it's not bolted down, it becomes ours. Ooh, ham. There's an iron key. Roasted pork? Yes. Buckets. Roasted. Oh, we found the button.
Ah, so that's what that did.
What does this rat have to tell us?
Esmeralda carries lots of cuts of meat. She carves them up herself, you know. An expert knifer, that one.
I don't know, friends. What do we think about this piece of art? That's... Someone has a ham fetish. Fire arrows, yes please.
Bloody dagger.
Bloody knife?
Could this have been involved?
A zombie painting? She must really like her pork loins. Wasn't there more than one Porky's movie? Porky's Revenge, I think. Okay. Well, 3 of them. That's what I thought. Well, I think we have exhausted everything from her cellar. Wow. Oh, nope. Okay. Oh, bales of hay. I wonder, do we find a needle? Okay. All right.
That's enough of that now.
Of course. Terribly sorry. Last time, I promise. Let's get everyone back in.
So tell me,
My mistake.
Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
And connected.
I suppose so. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
Who did I want my charisma on?
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda. I'm just doing my duty. For the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, my lady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be.
Just equip those. And I think we're back now. Apologies for that. I think we're going to buy a fire wand. No, I think that was on my end, but I think we're back. I think we're back now. We're going to go ahead and take our leave. Sorry about that, folks. My game crashed on me. Had a whole system malfunction.